Welcome back. This time just a bit of map progression. So I have 39 Terracotta soldiers now. So we go through Jiquani's Machinarium on Cruel. So she's asking us for a small power core now. And that is 44 minions. 45 minions. Oh wait, 44 still. That's basically 50. Alright, give me a moment, I gotta take care of a dog thing. Alright, back from dog thing. The 39 minions, kept me safe. We'll head back. So this area is level 60 and we are level 60, so whilst there were additional campaign areas that will level us up, we move forward as fast as we can. So the general principle is to sort of be a sheep herder. Their movement and positioning is based loosely on where you're standing in like a circle around you. And so you'll see what I'm doing a lot is just repositioning. I do have spells that I can add to their damage, which is more applicable to bosses, because they beat up stuff fast enough that it doesn't really matter. But I have to keep on my toes because most of my passives are in minion damage. They're not in anything for survivability for myself. And we're still in the campaign, so my currency is non-existent for better gear. It seems like this year the Rampart Tower Shield is going to be a good chanceable, so keep that in mind. If you see a Rampant Tower Shield, you can pick it up and you get yourself between 3 and 10 exalted right now. It might be relevant whilst we let them kill whatever that is to go over the damage. So we go here, They do 836 damage per second, and there are 40 of them. So it's 839 times by 40, to my understanding. I don't do essences usually when leveling, particularly Shroudwalker essences. That'll be fine. We don't need that. So we will skip it. That is a really good essence. It's just like I'm just trying to I'm trying to get through the game, right? So I ignore most like optional mechanics in campaign maps. Could have picked up a soul core. I didn't remember that we needed more than one. So I gotta go back and yeah, there's one right here. There might be a closer one, but whatever. I'm gonna need to swap this down for a Chaos Charm, because the next boss, I believe, is Chaos or Lightning. I'm not entirely sure which. It's the big Soul Core robot guy. Which on normal mode was incredibly easy because these guys stun locked it. So I'm hoping that will be the same, but we do have quite a long journey to get through before we can get to that area. Beautiful, beautiful progression. Is this area 61? No, it's still 60. So I am level 60, so the EXP is already starting to diminish. Sorry, I forgot to speak to Alba. There we go. So there's a generator sort of here on the map overlay, not on my screen on the map overlay. Here and here. And we got to turn both of them on. We are heading into, like, it's still Tuesday, but we are heading in towards sort of middle of the week, so I don't know if we'll have another patch by the end of the week. I'm hoping that we get at least some of the Act 3 area size changes before I get to the ones that have the problem. I had an easy time on the Azak Bog. Like, sometimes you just walk through a map and you just see everything you need to. I rushed that because I wanted the spirit to get up to 39 minions. I would love for this to be 40, but I need 2 more spirit. Like, it's that little spirit that it's the sort of scenario where, like, if I divined one of my rares, it would probably happen, but, like, that's such a waste of money that I wouldn't do that. This guy hurts. Movement's really important when using Spectres because they will re-teleport to you, like that just happened there. I just got what appears to be like 90% of them back. Sometimes they bug out. Talked about this before, but that's basically like when they die, they bug out. Sometimes I make adjustments. I think it's just the rare that's killing everything right now, though. Because it's got extra fire damage on it, and it appears to be like slightly hasted somehow. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. There we go. It's getting bodied now. There we go. Sorted by... Oh, I keep forgetting as well. Unearth works on corpses. So if there's a pile of corpses, we've now got 39 plus 16, so that is... I don't know, it's like 56 plus minions. Guess I could ask Google real quick. I didn't want to do maths whilst I'm doing this. Hey Google, 39 plus 16... Okay, yeah, Wi-Fi's down because there's a storm. I mean, let them deal with that. I'll do it on the quickly the calculator. I don't want to get it wrong. That's why I'm doing it on the calculator. 55 minions. Yeah, there we go. Told you it would be at like 60. Once I hit max cap on the Unearth Scorpions, I could switch to Raise Zombie, which also needs a corpse, but that's fine. And that would get me another 10 or so. And once again, there's something up with the AI, like monsters don't target the specters or something. They will always rush me. Sometimes I get stun locked and then I will die, particularly like in some cases I can't like see what's going on. There is an option which allows you to show the health bars of your allies. I never really want to do that, but I decided that I would like to... yeah, no. That's been on enemies only since the start of early access, so I think we'll leave it there. When there's this many minions, it is better to treat them like a virus or like a ball than an individual minion. They just kind of like eat stuff. Here you go. Eat that crowd of monsters. I'll stand here in like no danger at all, just positioned in such a way that these guys will just deal with it. Rare? Yeah, that's a rare. Oh, volatile plants. I hate volatile plants. Volatile plants used to kill me, like, all the time when I was learning the game. I had, like, 0 chaos rares, and I never noticed them because volatile plants used to be a lot more subtle. I have 0 chaos rares right now, which means not, like, negative, which is good for Krull. You can see here that lightning's negative, which is a very big problem, but we got the army, so we're just gonna keep moving forward. So if you see me drop down a red circle, looks like that, that is vulnerability. Vulnerability bypasses the armor of anything, and that means that these guys do more damage, right? Because they've got less armor. I do have Malice up on the Scepter as well. Malice basically means that crits are more likely. These guys can't do crits. I talk about that more in a longer form video. We go over more like build-related mechanics. Alright, we're at the generator. We just need the soul core. I don't really know where that is. I remember it being really nearby. I was speaking in global chat with someone else who's using these soldiers, but they're using it in a completely different way. There's a bunch of builds that deal with like sacrificing minions or minions dying, and they're doing that with these, again using their numbers to their advantage. They're using the, I think, like unstable minion support, which makes minions explode. They do 25% of their maximum life when they explode. So for my case, that would be 25% of that, so a quarter of 3k. So like 1k. And like under 1k, like 700 or something around that line. Again, I'm not good at maths. And that's cool. But what they did on their passive tree, which we'll see in a moment because we're about to level up, is they got all the minion health stuff. And then all the supports and stuff like that are set up to sacrifice their minions such that they explode. Fair enough. We'll have to remember to go back there. Unless it's changed now, because that would make sense. Yeah, it changed. I could have sworn the soul core that was required to power these up was very close by. Maybe I need to, like, click it and then it'll be like, put a soul core in it. I thought it was, like, in the immediate vicinity. I'm very confused. But these are the exploding Valguards, yeah. People get specters of these, and then they set them up so that they have lower cooldowns. And they just cover the entire room in fire. I specifically wanted to do a minion build that did not do that, though. You can kind of see what I was going for before I found these soldiers in my skill list. This Faradin Butcher, really, really good. And I had 2 or 3 of them at the time. I also picked up a Quadrilla just for the meme. I'm like, oh, I want to see that. I need to give the guys a bit of help. They're struggling. There we go. So when a minion dies, this counter starts. And if another one dies whilst that counter is there, it will reset the counter. And that's really bad because if they're all dying at the same time, they'll never respawn. And so you just like have to run away. And then they glitch out like this. And you have to do some very specific positional stuff that I can't really explain because it doesn't always work, to ensure that they start moving again. And there we go. That crowd's all sorted. Maybe it's here? Alright, whilst these guys are doing that, we can drop in the passive. So I'm kind of like saving up for some travel nodes right now. And what I mean by that is like I need to spend, I think, like 9 nodes to get all the way down to here. So what I'm doing is I'm just picking up some useful stuff here, but less useful than notables that exist elsewhere. Like, I don't know if that applies to the minions, for example, because it says physical damage, and pushing Shift and Alt doesn't do anything. So there we go. I would love like just a random energy shield node, but not Archie 15. That's fine. Yeah, we'll take 15. That's one of the things that I don't believe that you'll be taught if you're following one of the leveling guides, is that your passive tree should always be changing. So right now I'm noticing a little bit of squishiness. I had a spare point. I'm in the middle of a dungeon. Put it straight into energy shield. That gives me a 15% flat energy shield improvement. Is that going to do a lot for my survival? No, but I can look at it later when I'm not busy. I think there's like 1 or 2 more books of specialization in this act as well. I don't know where they are because I forget. I've already done Silver Fist. I've already done Ignana Duke. Because of the whole like time travel thing, there's probably another one somewhere. Yeah, there is, Agarat. Yeah, so when I do Agarat and the Sacrificial Heart Agarat, I'll be able to respec the stuff there and get what I actually want. Feels like I'm constantly playing the league called Legion that exists in Path of Exile 1. Because of the amount of entities on screen. I haven't tried this with Breach or anything because I'm not at maps yet, but I will be trying it with Breach. I don't imagine it to be good at Breach because there should be like just some random stuff around. I won't be using this. I know that some people run that map purely to use that machine because it's like a free Valor orb, but I don't need anything right now, so we'll ignore it. Alright, the guys are struggling a little bit, so I'm helping out behind, add some more minions. Keep them alive and moving. It looks like the fire is getting them. Alright, hold here, check for revives, we're good. Here's the second generator. Sometimes I get confused or scared because I forget that these 32 people are mine. Hey, you're going to come alive. I don't know when, but you will. Probably when I put the power core in, wherever it might be. I use this to kind of check the div to X price each day without going to currency exchange. I mean, I go to a current exchange as well, but like this gives a good sort of beat on the community. So one div being about 50x right now is surprising. We're not actually that much into the league. I have this nasty habit of falling asleep when playing this game, so don't ignore that. But 2 days, 9 hours, and I'm in Act 3 crawl. When I say falling asleep, I mean like I go to bed, the game's open, I come back, the game is still open. In some cases it's deliberate. I get like super tired sometimes and I just like lie down on the couch and then I wake up and then I head to bed without touching my computer again. Other times it's like unintentional. You know, I forget that it's open, I Alt-tabbed, and then I get distracted, and then I come back, and it's like, hey, that's been open for like 4 hours. What have you been doing? Well, literally nothing. I'm kind of worried that we still haven't found Assault... It like heard me talking about it, and it was like, nope, you're chatting shit. These just look ugly, by the way. They're called like soul cores, and I like presume the lore is that sacrificed members of the society are in it. This society is all about sacrificing and stuff. So that's like soul core for this side of the map has to be sort of maybe here. Again on the map, not on the actual world. Maybe down here? So there, in terms of positioning, I deliberately set up like a pincer attack on the mobs that were challenging me there, because we were heading up this way, but there weren't enough specters attacking behind me, and so what I did was I rolled past the mobs here, which respawned some of the other side of them, and then both sides like met in the middle. Like, I'm not insane. Like, it should be on this side of the map. There's some liches talking about their curses in Global. I need to take a look at mine. I haven't done support gems on vulnerability in quite a while. I also need to experiment using despair rather than vulnerability. But the unholy might thing means that kind of works the same both ways. Rare? Okay. Powerful minions? Okay. Me too. This is a little bit slower than I would like. One of the reasons there is that we are hunting for something rather than just walking. I can navigate quite well when the objective is just walk. It's also more difficult in corridor maps because I have to sort of fit this mass of bodies through corridors. Like here, I'm alone, exposed. I have to go back after I've been through. Now you can direct them. Once again, that is in options input. And then look for direct minions. Here it is, direct minions. Mine set to 3. Which works quite nicely because 1 and 2 are flasks and then 3 is direct. Okay, so where is this soul core then? Here, maybe? Or like here? Alright, we're in angry mode now. I'm not stopping. The only other thing I can think of is down here, but like that's on the side that we turned on. Oh, this is risky. I want to go down here first. This is getting ridiculous. I don't have it in my inventory, right? I'm not blind. Okay, good. There's one. There we go. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Oh, my inventory's a mess. Okay, let me hide here. Oh, can't hide. There's too much of people. Alright, clobbering time. Alright, I should be fine if I just stand here and do it quickly. Okay, I want to keep the maze that's blue. It's blue that can go. That's white. It can go. Alright, that should be enough. Alright, we got it. So now we have to backtrack across the entire map. Actually, we can get to a checkpoint, but I don't know if there's a checkpoint in the starting room. We'll go up. Should be a passage this way, and we'll checkpoint across. Alright, completely blind. I mean, I know the boss mechanics, which is just blind in terms of my spec and my build right now. Oh, I have to go back to town for this. There's a bunch of rares, and rares are still, like, worth... But there you go. I'll leave sorting gear to not be on camera.